order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get a roll call, please?
Village President Hawkins,
Here.
Ms. Bruni,
Here.
Ms. Danahay, Mr. Detloff, here, Mr. Morgan, present, Ms. Worrell,
Here.
Ms. Wheeler.
Present. Is there a motion to approve previous minutes dated 9/18/2023?
I'll move to approve the minutes, September 18th, 2023, as presented.
I'll second. Who's turned the air off? Oh, please, thank you.
Okay, a motion to approve minutes from the September 18th previous meeting. Motion is made by Mr. Morgan. Yes. Seconded by Ms. Bruni,
Yes.
Ms. Danahay,
Yes.
Mr. Detloff. Yes. Ms. Worrell,
Yes.
Ms. Wheeler.
Yes. Thank you. Do you have any public comments?
I have no one signed up.
All right, I have. We got a thank you picture from our donation to the Will County Fair or 4-H. It says Kankakee County Horse Barn. I believe we donated $25. All the kids signed the back and they sent us a nice picture. I have from the Grant Park Area Historical Museum a letter of thank you for sponsoring a hole for their historical museum and Point School golf outing last Saturday. Anyone that attended, I'm sure it was awesome. I have an email that came at the last meeting, but I forgot about, from Mr. Stephen Heckler, a Grant Park resident. It says, topic, possible is establishment of a grant to encourage residents to install home security systems on their homes and assist Grant Park Police solve issues that may occur. I heard on the radio station WBLI that the Village of Bradley started a grant program that encourages residents to install video camera system on their homes. The program would pay up to $200 to residents that install such a camera system. Once installed, the system would need to be verified to be in working order by the, well, it says Bradley Police Department, but it would probably be Grant Park Police Department. Can and will Grant Park set up a program like this? I would be more than happy to volunteer as part of a committee to research and set this kind of program up. Thank you, Steve Heckler. And then he put in his address. I apologize if I was pronouncing the last name incorrectly. All right. Do we have a motion to approve bills for payment and payroll?
Yes, I move to approve bills for payment dated September 28th, 2023 from the corporate general fund, $31,755.76. Also dated September 28th from the Best Fund, $471.90. Also dated September 28th, 2023 from the TIF Fund, $5,990. Also moved to approve payroll ending September 16th, 2023 in the amount of $21,567.61. Ending September 28th, 2023 in the amount of $6,375.
I'll second. Thank you.
Any question?
No. Thank you.
Okay, motion to approve bills for payment as follows. Dated September 28th, general fund, $31,755.76. From the Fest account, $471.90. From the TIF fund, $5,990 even. Payroll ending September 16th in the amount of $21,567.61. And also payroll ending September 28th in the amount of $6,375 even. Motion is made by Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
seconded by Ms. Rooney,
Yes.
Ms. Danahay,
Yes.
Mr. Detloff,
Yes.
Ms. Whirl,
Yes.
and Ms. Weedle.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Department reports, clerk Scott Miller,
I don't have anything.
nothing. He will be out of town next week, but I'm, that's all right.
Yeah.
Attorneys, Ms. Haley.
So we have two things. The first thing is that my understanding what happened last meeting was the salary ordinance was approved subject to the amendment. And the amendment that we were told to do was to make it $20 per a cleaning session. That would violate the minimum wage act if it were to go over 1 hour to clean the building. Say there's a bigger event here that took 2 hours to clean the building. It would now be in violation of the minimum wage act, which has a lot of legal repercussions that you guys want to avoid. So I passed out this ordinance that you guys all have gotten. That's our suggested way to put this, to not violate the minimum wage act. However, you know, you guys need to consider how you guys want this worded, if you guys have any revisions. And we can change that and then we can put it on the agenda for the next board meeting.
So that was the only thing that changed on this.
Yeah, so there'll be $20 for cleaning, and then if in cleaning were to exceed that, you know, 1 hour, then they would be paid pursuant to the minimum wage act.
And then that would increase the following year, the minimum wage when the minimum.
Yeah,
wage
it would just follow the statute, whatever the statutory minimum wage is for that year.
Thank you.
So if you guys have any suggestions or revisions on how to change that, just let us know and we can make those changes for the next meeting.
I did read in your, not your email, but Mr. Sanchez emailed that we could also, one other option would be just to drop it down to minimum wage. And that would keep us safe, correct?
Per, you mean his hourly to be minimum wage? Yes. You could, but there would be some other stuff that would go into that because he's already an employee that's getting paid that amount, so there would be some things that would have to be considered at that point.
Like say for instance.
I'm not sure, Mr. Sanchi would only answer those questions.
Okay.
And then the second thing is the purchasing policy that we sent out in that email. I don't know if that's something that the village is still interested in, if that's what you guys wanted to do. If that's something that you guys want to bring to like an ordinance committee. If you guys wanted to, I don't know if you guys had a chance to review any of those purchasing policies that were sent out, but that's something if you guys want us to help you with, we can.
I feel it's absolutely necessary, even though we've never had a problem with it till recently. Everything's always come to a vote before.
Yeah,
So, I mean, if things are gonna change just all of a sudden, I think that we need to streamline it and make sure that there are ordinances that, you know, protect the board and the taxpayer money.
absolutely. So I don't know if you guys want to, you know, send this to committee and have a, you know, an ordinance committee on this and discuss it there. Or if you guys want to just give our office suggestions and we can, you know, take one of the purchasing policies that we had sent you guys and make revisions to those.
I most definitely can schedule a meeting and an ordinance
Okay.
meeting.
All right. And that's all we had.
Thank you. Ordinances insurance committee, Suzie Wheeler.
No report, due to the amended ordinance, I'll be scheduling an ordinance meeting soon.
Thanks. Sorry, engineer report, Neil Figish.
We have to table anything from last time that we were supposed to do this time. There was something we tabled last.
We voted on that last time.
Yeah, we did it.
So we voted on that and what we would suggest at this point, so there was an oral motion to approve it as amended, but if that, how it's amended would technically violate the, minimum wage act, so we would recommend not to sign the actual ordinance, so it doesn't actually go into effect, so you don't have a, you know, ordinance that violates the laws in effect. Right, and then we will make sure that we correct that previous ordinance at the next time that this ordinance goes on the agenda, so at the next meeting.
So we don't have to do anything today.
No.
Go ahead, Neil, sorry.
Sorry, Neil.
Okay, no problem. Just wanted to come tonight. I know the path project's been going on. There's been some questions about it. We're kind of wrapping it up, actually. Just want to assure the board that, you know, any work that gets done out there, we are on top of, and it's not uncommon that we have to address issues on projects after contractor does it. So I just want to make that clear that almost every project we deal with, there's things we have to clean up at the end and things we have to address with contractors. We are on top of it. Actually, Gallagher was out there today addressing some of our concerns with the path. And I just walked the path and it looks good. I think they did a good job. They basically heated up the asphalt, rolled in some hot mix, and that's pretty much the least intrusive way to address the issues that were on the asphalt. The valve vaults, the valve has been adjusted, the meter pit frames have been adjusted. All the landscaping looks like it's completed out there. One of the last major items is getting service from ComEd, so we're working through that fun process. I think the mayor has a form she has to sign to get service, and I think it's like an $880 check for a service fee with ComEd. So as soon as that's done, then we'll get on their schedule, but everything's ready for ComEd to provide service. They have to upgrade that pole there, but everything's ready to go. I think there's a few other minor items we're gonna have them address. They still have to do the striping and put the bollards in, obviously, but other than that, we're pretty much substantially complete. So I'd be happy to answer any questions. If anyone has any questions about the project in general or specific questions, I can.
I know you said you're out walking the path, but is it available for use, like if we wanted to, or should we still, people should still wait?
The stripers still have to go out there, so really that's probably a one-day deal. I mean, I don't really have a concern with the path.
Okay.
You know, my concern is if people start messing with the netting or, you know,
Okay,
messing with stuff before it's completely established, that would be my only concern, or throwing trash out there and then, you know, contractor kind of has an unfinished project. You know, I don't want to make the contractor responsible for something that really isn't their fault either. You know, I'm more than willing to hold their feet to the fire when they are responsible for things, but you know, if we start opening up, that's gonna be, you know, the village is gonna be kind of accepting the project at that point. I probably would say let's keep them off it until it's obviously too with the lights being on. So that would be my recommendation, but that's up to the village and board.
When will there be bumpers put on so no golf carts can be driven on it?
Those bollards, those pipe bollards I need to find out when they're going in. I mean, they can go in at any time. They may be waiting until the striping's done, since they're gonna have to take them out to get the striping done on there. So my guess is they're probably gonna let the stripers get in there, get finished, and then they'll probably put those pipe bollards in at that point. And those are removable. They'll have a lock on the bottom, so if the police need to use the path for anything, or there's an event that the village wants to use the path for, you can take those things up. Or if you want to plow in the winter, you can unlock them and pull those things right out of the sleeve. So.
Do they have a finish date then, besides the lighting? Just because I know we were gonna do like a grand.
Yeah, I'll find out. As soon as we get that form back, ComEd's gonna give us a schedule on when they plan on hooking up. They have to upgrade that pole and replace that pole, so. I don't know what sort of timeline that's looking at. If you're looking to just have one with the striping and the pipe bollards are done, I mean,
Yeah.
I can
probably
find that out. That's probably gonna be relatively quickly, I would think.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think we have to do it during the early evening,
Yeah.
early day or whatever. And then, the issues that Ben brought to us, you were all already aware of.
yeah, I mean, they had just, you know, one of the issues that was out there when they were paving is once the first pass on the path. You know, we can't really measure a cross slope on asphalt until it's been finished rolling. You know, we can't walk through loose asphalt. So once we started checking grade and they were over the cross slope, we knew we had to make them come back and do another pass of asphalt. Well, when you do that, everything's low. You know, that was originally at grade. So that was one of the issues. The other issue, it looks like they must have picked up a rock or something on the roller and it just kept punching holes in the asphalt.
No,
The bonus on that though is, I mean, you have like 4 or 5 inches of asphalt on that path, that thing's going nowhere. But yeah, there were some finish issues that we had to address, but we addressed those, so.
No, I know, I just wanted to
Yep.
make sure the village knew that you were already aware.
Yeah, we had been out there, so we were, and Ben brought them to our attention, and most of the items he had on his list were on ours as well, so.
Neil, I just wanna thank you for taking care of everything. We spoke several times on the phone. I met out there today with Mark and Gallagher, so you guys were right on top of it when we asked you to do this, so I appreciate your work. You did a nice job.
No trouble, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to assure the board, just because something's done doesn't mean we're done with the project. There's always this time period when work's complete and we still have outstanding items to address. We're always gonna do that. So I don't ever want the board to think that that we're not out there going to bat for you and making sure that the village's interests are protected out there, because that's what we're here for. So
Thank you, Neil.
I think it turned out great, by the way. I mean,
It does, it looks,
I just walked in, it's very nice.
I think the lights look really sharp,
Yeah,
that lighting.
I'll be interested to see what the lights look like. when
Yeah,
they're on. And
when they're on.
they should be getting turned on, just at the right time of year when people are gonna be using the path when it starts getting dark relatively early. So I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
Well-timed project, so.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Neil.
Yep.
Streets and alleys, Miss Sylvia Danahy.
Okay, so as of today, branch pickup is done. They will be starting with picking up leaves, just as soon as they start falling and, enough of them are on the ground to be picked up, but they are gonna be doing maintenance on the truck for that. They will be starting cold patch on Hogart's, sometime this week, and then the spray patch was obviously finished, but there is an issue with, the community park swings, the chain, needs to be replaced, approximately 18 of them. The hedges, I'm not sorry, the hangers need to be replaced.
Here.
So, yes. So, I think we need to start this would be Providence Department, but I think at some point we need to start budgeting for that, or, could we bring that out?
It's already in there.
Okay, good. So that's it, that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Finance Committee Chairman Gary Morgan.
I have nothing for tonight, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Community Outreach Chairman Ben Dedlaw.
We got a check for $500 from the car show that they sent to us. And Neil was here, so we're in good shape on the path. Everything's been taken care of. And at the next village board meeting prior to that at 5:30, we'll have a meeting. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Buildings and Grounds, Ms. Robin Burton.
Couple of dates that Ben and I were chatting about, cabin fever. Is it something that the board wants to go for? Because we're in October and if we're gonna start planning, now is the time to make moves, at least for the next fest meeting, to start making moves toward this or not. So we wanted an official yes or no, this is something we want to.
We can take a straw vote. And see if anyone wants to consider, and then when we have the meeting, we can start planning. Ms. Weedle?
Oh, I was just gonna say, historically, all that would fall under what we now call community outreach, which was the FEST committee.
Right, we
all
know
the
that, yeah.
events.
Stall vote though, as a board member, do you think you would like to have another cabin fever reliever? That's
I
what we're
think
doing.
that cabin fever reliever and the Christmas tree lighting, the next.
We're just
upcoming
talking about the
thing.
cabin fever reliever right now, we're taking a straw vote. Is it something that you would want to pursue, another cabin fever reliever? Not you, but the outreach.
Sure.
Okay, you're a yes. Ms. Danahy?
I don't care either way, to be honest with
Well,
you.
we would be spending money, so I'm just making sure everyone's on board.
Well, usually as a fundraiser, so that would be okay. We'd be raising money.
If the outreach person does that, yeah. That's gonna be up to him.
I don't have a.
You don't care
vote
anyway.
either
Okay,
way.
Gary?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it's a good idea.
Morgan?
Okay.
Super fun. Ben?
Yeah, we'll discuss it at our meeting,
Okay,
next village board meeting, try to get some plans together.
Just like we were chatting, we don't want to put all this effort and then bring it to the board, and the board says, well, we don't wanna do it.
Right.
So then
No,
we had to
yeah.
waste that last meeting planning things.
understandable. For the tree lighting, I did not mean to,
Go ahead.
I didn't know you had already something.
This is my ADD thoughts, by the way. That's why it's under me. I thought of it, we put it on.
I had spoke to the foundation because to me personally, I don't know anyone else, having two town trees is kind of silly. We have one here and then we have one right there. Just getting together with the foundation and doing one community tree so that we do seem like we are a community in some part. So that would be December 1st, the day before. Or no, they do it the Friday after, or the first Friday in December. When do they normally do it? She said it was the first, but she gave me a reason, I don't remember why.
The tree goes up and we turn it on.
Okay,
But back in the day, why we made a big deal out of it, it was okay for a couple of years. And then when it was over here, we got a lot of people to come. And
Yeah.
like the Girl Scouts and things saying, did some things, so we had a lot of people in the street.
At our community,
At the community.
it's a community
When it
park.
was here.
so last year we didn't.
And there's more
Yeah.
room here than over there from the sign, so, yeah, again, whatever you want to do, I mean, the foundation usually puts it up behind the sign.
And I think this is an event that historically goes under the Fest Committee,
Yes.
under that to plan. Not chairman of buildings and grounds.
She just said she just put it on there because it was a thought. Okay. That's it for tree lighting. Anything else, Robin? Law Enforcement Committee, Morgan Morgan.
I don't have anything.
Excuse
I
me,
think Chief has something.
it's Morgan World.
Okay,
Okay.
Chief,
The only thing I had, fire department will participate in their trunk or treat, which is coming up in the end of October, I don't know the exact date.
first, I think. 28.
28th, 29th, yeah.
Sunday before Halloween.
Yeah.
So we're just getting together to do that. And Saturday I participated in an event in Herscher, a blessing of squad cars for the first time. So it was about 15 departments there, which was kind of surprising, so we blessed our squad cars, so.
I hope
We
you
all
brought
did
at
for a
least
while.
one of ours up there.
Huh?
Did you at least bring one of ours? up
Yeah.
there? Okay,
I got blessed, so it's all good to go, I think.
okay.
So,
Um,
and that's all I had.
Thank you, sir. All right, I have, for keys for employees, it was brought to my attention that there are, our main key, the one that we have copies of that are not supposed to be made copies of, there are some that Barry doesn't have listed with a name. So I think within the next, maybe before the next meeting, if everyone can bring that key in at least, so we make sure we have a list of who has what number key and how many keys are out there. She does know that we switched, yeah. And then as far as, that's it. If everyone can just make arrangements to get with Carrie and let her know what key you have, the main key to the main door. Halloween event that is coming up. We normally do the Halloween here. I do have a family, that did help us with the movie in the park for the fest, offered to put on a cute little, haunted house at their own cost. Just to do something more for the community. So that would of course be up here. I do believe we have Halloween hour, trick or treat hours are 4 to 7. And of course, we will be up here from 4 to 7 with hot dogs and now, a haunted house.
Will the haunted house be inside if we're done, inside or outside?
It'll be
Outside?
inside, yeah,
Oh, inside?
yeah. They have, I guess they are very much in Halloween, kind of like Deb and Gary.
Yeah.
So they go to outlet stores at the end of Halloween and buy the whole thing, and I guess it was like a whole set. And they asked if they could do it, and I didn't think it would be a problem. So, we can talk about that at the next fest meeting too, Ben, if you'd like.
Yeah, sure, and maybe if they need help, we can
Yeah,
say,
I,
there's some folks that are willing to. I remember when, I believe the fire department had haunted houses here.
Yeah.
Those were, I can still hear my kids screaming. I mean,
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's how,
Spectacular.
that's
Yeah.
how intense they were.
yeah, I'm not
So-
sure it's gonna be that intense, but it's
But,
something different, something, they just wanted to give back to the community for,
Yeah,
they've been here
I'll,
2 years, I think, so.
When we have the meeting, we'll go over different things like that and see if we can lend a hand some way to help these folks. get
Okay.
set up and
Good.
stuff.
I did block out the park that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so if we need extra time to set up.
That'd be
It's
fine.
rented on Saturdays, so we have that extra time.
Okay.
The newsletter, I believe, did go out.
Yep.
We did have some issues printing it.
Yes.
No, I don't need it, everything. I approved it.
Did we go ahead and get a new copier? 'Cause
Carrie's working on it. I don't know if she,
I
yeah,
walked in, it quit working at that time.
Yeah.
There's only one side printed on the.
yeah. She was looking into it. I know the one that she was looking at, they were sold out at Staples, so I don't know if she was gonna order it online and have it brought in, but I do know it was just the black and white printer, so it should be not as much. And the last one we replaced was the colored one, so that goes with that. Do we have any motion to enter into an executive session?
I just have a question about the key before we do that.
Oh, yes,
What
ma'am,
key are we talking about? Are we talking about the
To
village
get
hall?
into the village hall, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, cause those are marked, so they're not supposed to be copied, but the numbers aren't lining up of how many are out, how many we have listed, so she just wants to double check. that.
We could just stop down there and say, I got key number or whatever.
Yeah, just so we can update the list and be sure who has what.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am?
Are the swings okay to use even though they need a new?
They just scream.
Okay, so, right?
But they're, okay, just wanna double check.
Swing are still safe
The
to
hot
swing
spot
on.
after school.
What it is, just, the variance scope is very topical, fiber have just worn out over years, I mean, they still swing, it's just one of those like,
It's not a danger.
you'd rather have them fixed because they should be fixed.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean, it's not gonna fall apart tomorrow, right?
A liability or
Likely,
anything.
But it's one of those, I noticed it while we were looking at it, somebody had mentioned one of the things was, I kind of looked up, and you can see where, say, like anything needs maintenance, needs to be repaired, and
Mhm.
during the winter time, we're gonna have some time to probably be able to.
Yeah, I think the last
Part, get work going.
Steve and I looked at that, they were on back order or something with that, but that was like
Yeah.
COVID
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah. It's it's in her budget, so if you know what parts it is, are that you need, you guys can go ahead and order them.
Sound good.
Thank you. Anything else?
You overlooked discussing best in your department.
I didn't pick up the paperwork. I left mine here.
Just
I
want to make sure you
apologize.
didn't overlook it.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, we'll have it we'll have it perfectly for the next meeting for the fest, all the numbers and everything. For that, so. If there's not anything else, is there, all in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
Or motion to adjourn? Oh, meeting adjourned.